How you get like that? How the whole team go flex like? How the whole phone take a jet like? How the thing go flex like? How you get like that? How the whole team go flex like that? How you fly a jet like that? How you be on the road when the feds like that? And the feds go hard, so we gotta hit the gas when we see them cars. Then we can't go back, won't see them bars. Locked in the gym, now we them stars. Now we locked.
Hey yo, what up squad? What up Poland? Hey, welcome back to HOODROK Entertainment, bro. The realest, illest, dopest, most active reaction channel on YouTube. Hell yeah, you read that title, bro. We're touching down in Poland. I got a special one today. We got a special one today, bro. So yo, we got like, this will be like an hour and a half, bro. This is gonna be like an hour and a half. We got Ross Kemp on gangs, Poland. I have no idea what to expect here, but I know that they got a lot of football gangs. I know y'all got a lot of them hooligan gangs now. I don't know if they're hooligans, but I know the football gangs over there are really about it, bro. So dying to get into this, bro. Click up, squad up, tapping, and yo, I'm rolling it extra long one. Yo, we got the 3 paper one. I'm adding 3 more papers to that. We're gonna add that 6 paper joint. So yo, like I said, we are the realest. We are the illest, and we are the dopest reaction channel on YouTube. Hands down. Hands down, bruh. So, yo, sit back, relax. If you got something to smoke, grab that. Blaze up with your boy. Alright? Blaze up with your boy. We're going to get into this. Ross Kemp on gangs. He done New Zealand's one as well, bro. He didn't do New Zealand. He did one gang from New Zealand. They're our ops. The Mongol mob, right? He did the Mongol mob. The thing with my gang is we don't do documentaries and stuff like that, bro. We're not about that. Members are not actually allowed to go on TV. We have a national spokesman from our gang that does all of the talking for us. Do you know what I mean? So, yo, let's get into this. Let's see what's up. See what we got. Oh shit, my bad.
Polish football hooligans are renowned for some of the...
As soon as I press play, he starts talking about the hooligans. I kind of had an idea that that's what this would be about, because I know that y'all got the crazy hooligans over there.
The worst violence the game has ever seen.
A lot of people have died in this country from the hooligans.
They have close links with the extreme right wing and Nazi groups.
Really?
Your ringtone is a speech of Hitler.
And are feared.
Nazi groups?
It really is.
For real?
Like martial law has been declared. It's that threatening.
I've travelled here to Krakow in Poland to find out why it's such a problem and to come face to face with some of the most violent fans in the business.
Just an idea on how long that is.
Krakow is a beautiful city.
Krakow.
In fact, it's a World Heritage Site. Tourists flock here for its history and its stunning architecture. However, I'm not here to sample the culture. I'm off to a railway station on the outskirts of town to meet some of Europe's most violent football hooligans.
Ross Kemp's crazy, bro. Ross Kemp's crazy, bro. You know what I mean? Ross Kemp's crazy. I watched one where he was over in, I think it was like somewhere like Brazil, and he was meeting up with the rebels in the forest, bro. And they pulled guns on him, and they were like putting it to his head, and they were going to kidnap him in there and hold him for ransom. But he held the gun, and he was like, "What, you're going to try to kill me? You're going to try and kill me?" Staring them in the eyes, bro. And they ended up backing down and going, "Nah, we were just testing you, bro." But he's got balls of steel, bro.
Here by joining an elite squad of riot police. They're going to make sure that any violence here is immediately stamped out.
There's some 300 guys tooling up right now to go to the football match. They've got shotguns, tear gas, batons. They're all wearing body armour.
They look more like they're about to invade a country rather than actually police a football match.
And in case y'all thought that I was just rolling up some bullshit weed, nah, nigga. Nothing but New Zealand's hydro skunk, bro. You know what I mean? I only miss with the best.
Such a reputation for trouble that they will be met on the outskirts of the city and escorted all the way to the ground.
Damn. Die-hard football fans, bro.
Stunned at the police presence here just to meet a few hundred fans. Today, one of the local Krakow teams, Wisła Krakow, are playing Lech Poznan. The Lech supporters have travelled over 400 kilometres to get this far.
Damn.
Once they arrive here, they'll be searched and put onto police buses and driven, escorted.
Really? Police
If I
buses?
arrived at this railway station, I wouldn't be getting off the train. I'd be staying on it and going home.
Look, bruh. Look, bruh. I spent 17 years in prison. Police buses in New Zealand are used for inmates. Oh, we got police buses and all that shit, but they're used to transport like loads of inmates. You know what I mean? That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. Hold on, let me finish this. That's madness. Oh.
The shout's just gone down that the train is.
What you know about that? You need your boy to roll your joints?
Helmets on. These guys are not.
What, you need your boy to roll your joints or what?
There's an energy here now, and
Is it what's up?
Anticipation.
Is that it? Is that it?
The train you've been waiting for some time has finally arrived. These supporters have been on that train for 5 hours.
Damn. Yo, y'all thought Snoop was that guy, bro? Y'all thought Snoop was that guy? You actually thought it was, eh? You actually thought Snoop was the guy, eh? Yeah, nah. You're gonna watch your boy smoke this whole thing too. And like I said, damn. Excuse me, my hay fever is bad, bro. But yo, like I said, look at the orange and white in there, yo.
Football hooliganism in Poland is well planned. Among ordinary supporters are the hardline leaders and organisers who coordinate the violence.
Hey?
Hooliganism in Poland is well planned. Amongst the ordinary supporters are the hardline leaders and organisers who coordinate the violence.
I suspect some of those guys there are trying to hide their faces.
Tak, możliwe. To chuligani szyją specjalnie takie ubiory, takie kurtki. Czyli po zapięciu, założeniu kaptura. Tak.
Yo, I apologize for these subtitles back to front too. Like, I might end up flipping it. I might flip it myself.
Praktycznie nie widać twarzy. Kurtki, które mają na celu uniemożliwić ich identyfikację.
Police perception seems to have had its effect on them. You know, the detective said if they're not chanting, then we've won the first battle. So they're not singing at the moment. Police 1, supporters 0 so far.
Yo, it reminds me, they're pretty much the same as the, like the films. You know, the hooligans in the UK, the films. Sort of similar thing. Reminds me of the movie Green Street Hooligans. You know what I mean? Man, my hay fever's bad.
approaching the ground. We're in convoy. I have to say this entire thing's been organised like a military exercise. Highly organised, extremely efficient, quite exciting.
The Wieswa.
And I'm guessing for the people that live around these areas, it's normal. Whenever there's a big football match between, you know, bitter rival clubs, they see this all the time, bro. It's crazy.
Stadium, the visiting Lek supporters are searched.
We get nothing like this over here in New Zealand, bro. Right.
They're herded into the...
In New Zealand, the gangs are just as big, right? As this. So, the gang I come from, there's over 1,500 of us. Same as our rivals, the Mongol mob, there's over 1,500 of them. So when we get together for yearly events, you know what I mean, our whole gangs, because we're split up into sets all over New Zealand, and we'll all travel to places 4 or 5 times a year to meet and have big events. And that's when the cops will turn up and do all this shit, but we don't have that, nothing to do with sports, you know what I mean?
Their enclosure 2 hours before the home fans are let into the ground. The security is so tight that once inside the ground, the Lek supporters are caged in and surrounded by high fences and private security. On either side of them are the home Wieswa fans.
Yo, and it gets bigger than this. This is a small time thing. And they still got to have all these cops in there here. This is a small time thing, bro. They still got to have all these cops here. You want to see those real big matches? I've reacted to the ultras in there. And damn. You know what I mean? Crazy.
And clearly, there is no love lost.
Lek supporters, there's not many of them, but they're certainly making up for the fact. Every time the Wieswa fans shout, Wieswa, these guys shout back, whore.
Within seconds of kick-off, trouble erupts on the home side terraces. Unable to get to the visiting Lek fans, Wieswa take on the security guards employed to keep the rival gangs apart. I'm surprised at how quickly the violence escalates.
It's a bit in thrown. It's only 5 minutes into the game. They've got the tear gas going off. It has seriously kicked off. Within seconds now. They don't hang around here.
As the home Wieswa fans battle with the security guards, the visiting supporters keep up their chants.
He spat on that nigga. Bro, that's crazy. I've been pepper sprayed, I've been maced, I've had it all, bro, right? The one thing I haven't had is tasered. I haven't been tasered, but I've been pepper sprayed, bro, with the little cans. Hey, that's a hose, bro. That's a hose. Yeah. I tell you, don't go close. I've also been in the cells when a guy's been pepper sprayed. And everyone in the cell, bro, just, yeah, burns your eyes on some other shit, bro.
I can't see. I just got it all in my face. Fuck. The security are crowded into one corner. All the fans are pushed them into the corner and they're threatening them. They're heavily outnumbered.
Oh, they're big cans. They're big cans, not a hose. What am I talking about? That's a mass can.
They aren't here. It's about kicking off the other side now. Look. Fucking hell.
Not to be outdone, the visiting Lek supporters try to kick through the steel fence that separates them from their rivals. Police in white helmets are deployed into the ground.
Damn.
Full-scale riot.
Well, the football...
Damn.
...a period of time because the Lek fans nearly pushed that wall down. And I would say those security don't look like there's enough of them because heavily outnumbered by the fans here.
Someone who knows a lot about Polish hooligans is British journalist Bob Graham. I've arranged to meet him at the match.
So Bob, what we just saw behind us, was that typical of Polish football?
Very normal Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening. Happens all the time.
Pretty normal Saturday afternoon, bruh.
Traditional tribal, traditional rivalry, hatred, and you see
Facts.
from the use of the batons that the police use how much hatred is felt.
These niggas don't care.
And they're getting in the
These niggas ain't playing.
We've had a hooligan problem in the UK for many, many years. How hard are these guys?
Facts.
How do they rate?
They are hard in terms of the destructiveness of them. They hurt people, they stab people. There are a lot of people who've died in this country from the hooligans.
But why has Poland got such a bad problem with hooligans?
It's a phenomenon that goes back to the Second World War and then through the communist era. And to understand it, you need to go back to the post-communist towns that have been neglected and left almost to total neglect, where the only thing that a lot of young people have
Makes
got
sense.
is violence and hate.
It makes sense, bro, because it's the same thing here and anywhere else in the world. There's places like where I come from, the hood, right, being neglected by the government, and that it creates a hatred for the structure of society. So we find a different structure within our gangs. You know what I mean? I'm guessing it's the same here.
And this animosity between one another.
Facts. Facts.
It's obvious the violence is endemic. The levels of hatred seem out of control, and I want to find out why.
Well, taking on Bob's advice, we've decided to try and get to the root of the problem. So we're going to leave Krakow, which is down here, and make our way up to a place called...
Yo, shout out to the homie from Krakow that tapped in on my live stream. Benik. Shout out Benik, bro. From Krakow. He told me a little bit about Krakow not liking Warsaw and all that kind of stuff, you know what I mean?
So we're going to leave Krakow, which is down here, and make our way up to a place called Gorzów, which is virtually on the German border. Apparently there's a gang of notorious football hooligans there called the Steel-on Fighters, and we're going to try and make contact with them.
Gorzów is said to be Poland's forgotten city. It's had a turbulent past. Before World War II, it was part of Hitler's Germany.
Oh, God. Gotcha.
In 1945, during their push to capture Berlin, the Russian army flattened the city.
Damn. Go check out my reactions to World War II, Poland's. Yo, shout out to Poland too for the parts they played in that, bro. Y'all yo. They stood alone against the Germans for a couple of weeks, bro, right? Before, you know, not just the Germans, the Italians as well. Before the French and the Europe and British stepped in, you know what I mean? But, yo, there was a beer too. I did a reaction on the beer that served with y'all. Crazy. Like I said, we're the realest, dopest reaction channel on YouTube. It's not just hip-hop on my channel. Go check out the geography stuff. You'll see it all in the Polish playlist, bro. And you'll see it all in the history and geography playlist if you want to go check it out. All of that stuff that I've done. The first to fight, I reacted to that.
Gorzów was rebuilt,
You know what I'm saying?
fell to the austere eye of the communist planners.
Yeah, the big square communist buildings, right?
And home to a gang of hooligans who have a fearsome reputation for violence on and off the pitch. I want to meet them and to find out why they fight and why Poland is struggling to control them.
It's crazy.
I've been put in touch with a man called Tomek. He claims to have contact
That's
with
crazy.
the Hooligans, the Steel Fighters. But our presence here is already causing trouble.
So, what happened to your face?
No i z tymi chłopakami, którzy tam zawsze stoją na alejce, po prostu przywitałem się, cześć, cześć, oni już stoją na alejce, po prostu przywitałem się, cześć, cześć, oni już wiedzieli, że kręcimy tutaj film, co nie się zaczęło tak, oni byli pijani, ja byłem wstawiony.
So, you actually got beaten up because of us?
Nie, to takie może nie z waszego powodu, tylko że bez zaciągnięcia unik zdania jakiegoś, bez tego. Przez ostatnie zaciągnięcie unik zdania jakiegoś.
Are you walking around in the hood? Are you walking around in the hood with a cameraman and, you know, and Ross Kemp, and you haven't even touched base with the local gangs? Are you crazy? Is there something wrong with you? Are you silly? If someone was doing that in our hood, bro, walking around with the news crew or walking around with a journalist or something with the camera, my nigga, we're gonna press you too, bro. You're gonna get pressed, bro. Like, come on, bro, wake up, bro.
Przez ostatnie 3 lata Stiną zrobił swoją
Come on, bro.
chuligankę i im woda sodowa do głowy wbiła.
You're lucky. You're lucky you're still. You're lucky. Ross Kemp is lucky that he's even getting this interview in there and still going ahead. Because usually, well, us in the hood, usually, we'd tell that nigga, nah, bro, you're going home, bro. You ain't meeting that dude nowhere. We're gonna pull up on that dude and tell him to bounce. Like, you know?
Third division team.
Chase lucky, bro.
Steel Fighters have a reputation for
Both of them are lucky.
above their weight. I thought that meeting up with them may have been difficult. I needn't have worried. They already knew exactly where we were.
Of course they did.
So, how long have you lived here?
What I tell you? What I tell you? And in rolls the homies, the local homies, the local gang, to tell y'all niggas, shut the fuck. What are y'all doing? Shut the fuck up. Y'all niggas doing this shit. What the fuck? Look, this nigga. Look, this nigga, bro. He knows. Nothing will be filmed here.
Nie, weźcie, zaczynajcie.
Wypierdalaj tą kamerę.
Come out of the way. Kicked off and he's going to get some. Stop filming. You have to stop filming now because they've asked us. They're apparently going to hurt us, so we're going to stop filming. It's off. It just kicked off, and we've been left in no mind other than the fact that we're really not wanted here. We were talking to Tomek, then all of a sudden one guy turns up, starts pushing the camera, then another one turns up, and obviously that's the way they operate in gangs. Then all of a sudden there was more than 3 or 4, there were about 12 to 15 of them. And they were the Steel Fighters. These are the guys that, the Hoolies as they call themselves, for the local football team here. And
go around there playing, bro.
We'd be okay, but obviously we weren't, so we've upset them. So we have to leave.
That's cause Tomek, the dumbass motherfucker, didn't do it the right way, bro. It's behind it. Tomek didn't do it the right way, bro. Tomek got caught slipping, man. He's probably getting disciplined right now while he's speaking. Tomek's probably getting DP'd around the back.
The Steel
Facts.
Fighters are determined to stop us
How come they didn't see Tomek again?
filming, but we're not giving
Yeah,
up.
getting beat up.
Yes, mate.
Our research has found that this city has several right-wing groups, some of which are connected to the Steelon fighters. To get to meet these hooligans, I'm going to have to mix with some pretty unsavory characters.
For real? Ross Kemp, bro, you crazy?
I've come to Poland.
You crazy,
to meet up
bro?
with some of the most violent football gangs in Europe. I've already witnessed the level of their violence at a match in Krakow. Now
That ain't the level.
Where my first...
That ain't the level of their violence. That ain't the level of their violence. That's just the surface, bro. That's probably, that ain't shit. That's the surface shit. That's at the match. You ain't even seen what's happening in the streets. Damn, I ain't even seen, I'm not talking like I'm, you know, it might sound like I'm talking like I know what I'm talking about, but I ain't been to Poland, I'm not from Poland, but I am a street dude, and I know for a fact that what you witnessed, nigga, ain't shit.
attempt to meet the local hooligans led to confrontation. In order to get in with the Steelon fighters, I've travelled to the other side of town.
Because Tomek didn't get the pass, homie. He didn't get a pass.
Going up to meet them, I think the guy I'm supposed to be meeting is a guy called Python, and they're twins. There's Python 1 and there's Python 2. And obviously they like to let everyone know that they're here. That's your white power sign.
My bad, my bad. On it back. On it back.
Python. Ross Kemp, prisoner.
This gang is part of a rising tide of fascism sweeping Poland. They don't regard themselves as hooligans, but as skinheads.
We're skinheads here in New Zealand, bro. And believe me, before anyone says anything about them, yes, they are the real deal. They've got swastikas tattooed on their faces. They wear the Doc Marten boots with the white laces. But one thing about them is, they ain't shit. They're too scared to come outside. You gotta remember, we're a country full of Pacific Islanders, bro. I'm a Māori, Nigerian. We've got Samoans. We've got Tongans, Fijians. Bro, 90% of the gangs, 90% of the gangs are Pacific Islanders and Māoris. Or Pacific Islanders and Polynesians, you know what I mean? You don't see none of these dudes around, but they are here. Trust me. I've beat up a few of them in jail. I stabbed a couple of them.
They fight alongside the Steelon fighters and support the same football team, but have different beliefs.
So, Python 1, can you tell me what made you take up this ideology? What caused you to want to be the way that you are?
I never liked other races. For example, if there's a black person, what you gonna do, boy? What you gonna do, bruh? Walking down the street, it annoys me. I'd love to walk past you in the street, my homie. I'm brown skinned, by the way, but I'm Nigerian as well. Right, so I'm Polynesian and Nigerian. Polynesian and African. Right, Pacific Islanders, so like Hawaiians, Tongans, Fijians, Samoans, Māoris. And I'm Nigerian as well. I love to walk past this dude up the street.
Denerwuje mnie to. Wszędzie do wszystkiego się pchają. I po prostu nienawidzę ich, nie?
Easy. Inside thigh kick. Elbow right to the head. Done.
Po prostu nienawidzę innych ras. Nie podoba mi się ten
And then,
tekstury.
and I just, and
Lubię
yeah.
ich bycie w moim
Done.
mieście. Podejrzewam, że asfalt ma swoje miejsce.
You don't want to meet you. You don't want to smoke.
Tak, ponieważ Żydy do wszystkiego się pchają. Chcieliby stać się na najwyższym podium. Ponieważ Żydy do wszystkiego się pchają. Chcieliby stać się na najwyższym podium. Państwa własnego nie mają.
But guys, this place, Poland's famous for having concentration camps, isn't it?
Widocznie tam ich miejsce było. Za mało chyba. Nie wszystkich wygazowali.
Not enough of them were gassed.
Powinni to powtórzyć.
They should repeat it, yeah?
It's
You
goofy,
guys are
nigga.
involved with the football guys in the town and you get involved in the punch-ups, is that true?
No jest to prawda, nie? Lubimy sobie też trochę pochuliganić, nie?
Jeździmy też na ustawki. No i staramy się. No i dobrze nam to całkiem wychodzi.
No liczymy się jako...
Feel sorry for these dudes, bro.
I ogólnie słychać się o nas w Polsce.
Na mecze jak jeździmy, to każdy przeważnie się obawia, na przykład już teraz. Lubimy adrenalinę po prostu, uwielbiamy to.
Trzeba powiedzieć hobby, nie?
A communist-backed chemical plant called Stelon used to provide most of the employment in the city. Now unemployment in Gorzów runs at around 20%. Since the collapse of communism, there's been a rapid rise in right-wing groups throughout Poland. The boys are meeting up with other Nazi sympathizers at a local pub, and I've been invited to tag along. Promoting...
Damn, those 3 dudes, the game, are they just walking around by themselves like that? I see now, you need more. You need more than 3 dudes to walk around this country like that, by facts.
Nazi ideology in Poland is illegal. Here, the whole gang are blatantly wearing 88 t-shirts.
Hell, Hitler. I get it. I get it. We got the 88 here. We got the, you know what I mean? My dad's gang, their number's 88. But only because they were founded in 1988. You know what I mean? No, his gang, his sit. Our gang was founded in 1969, but he founded his sit in 1988. But there's also skinhead gangs here that use that number all the time. You know what I mean? 1488.
H, the 8th letter of the alphabet. 88 is short for Heil Hitler.
I saw a black girl come in there earlier with a white man, and you went up and you told them to leave. Is that the policy here?
Tak. To jest to, dążymy, żeby nikt z innych ras po prostu nie wchodził do lokali tam, gdzie my na przykład przysiadujemy, ponieważ sobie nie dzwonimy do tego, żeby ktoś tam siedział.
Most of the gang are unemployed, but a few of them earn extra cash by working as bouncers in clubs and bars.
Bum-ass
Even on a
niggas.
night off, they're prepared to put in a bit of overtime.
Out you go, son. Out you go, son. Throw him down the stairs. You know what's happening to that dude, eh?
It tells us is that the right wing rises in times of economic downturn. I find it astonishing with this country's past that some people here can behave like this. Nazi dogma makes it easy to blame others, and picking on soft-targets gives them status.
What did he say?
Nazi dogma makes it easy to blame others, and picking on soft-targets gives them status.
Picking on the weak gives them status. Oh, that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard, bro. Picking on the weak makes you tough, apparently, in that world. Oh, it's funny shit.
With the neo-Nazis and why I detested everything they stand for, they actually seem to like me. So the Python brothers have invited us round for a cup of tea.
3 generations live in the Python household. Here, above a bakery, in a tiny 3-room flat, live 5 adults, a baby, and a dog.
You doing? Hello? Should we... Oh, yeah, thank you. Come on, dog. Yeah, that's your phone going. That's Sieg Heil. It says Sieg Heil when it goes off.
Tak, tak.
Your ringtone is a speech of Hitler.
Tak, tak. Głos Hitlera.
There's some other stuff here. There's a swastika there. And that's an SS armband. and there's a spoon with a German Wehrmacht Nazi stamp on it. And this is Mum, yeah? Pleased to meet you.
Dobry, Mieszka.
You're very proud of your two boys, your two twins?
No z bliźniaków tak, z chłopaków też, no ale to co robią to nie.
Do you get worried?
Oczywiście. Czy wrócą, czy nie wrócą, czy komuś krzywdę zrobią. To jest...
This is my natural instinct.
To jest taki instynkt matczyny, to jest...
Python 2 makes pizzas part-time. He's the only earner in the household. He, his wife and his baby live in one of the rooms.
So how did you two meet each other?
Koło kiosku, on mieszkał 5 minut drogi ode mnie.
By the kiosk.
Spotkaliśmy się, zaprosił mnie na pierwsze spotkanie i tak się potoczyło. Stopniowo.
And when did you get married?
Po pół roku znajomości chyba, bodajże.
So, it was love at first sight?
Tak, z pierwszego widzenia, tak?
Really? And now you've got some big responsibilities, eh, Pito?
Znaczy chciałem o tym, zawsze o tym marzyłem i trzeba sobie jakoś radzić.
Does it worry you now, you know, him going off to the matches?
Boję się, czasem każdy mógł wybierać, rodzina albo mecz. A co wybiera, to jeśli pan go spyta.
Oh, bro.
Nie dałoby się...
And that's the thing, right? My mum, she used to worry like hell. My girl now, not the last 7 years, but what the years I was active, bro, worried shitless. But they always had confidence in the decision. My girl always had confidence in the decisions I was making. And, you know, all of that. But, damn, bro, they do worry. For real, for real.
Żyć. Nie chcę, żeby dziecko poznało później ojca za kratkami. Ona ma roczek po paru latach, jak gdyby on wyszedł z więzienia, no prawdopodobnie by go już nie poznała. Nie znałaby ojca.
Yo, that was a joint. Now that was a joint. Damn. I'm high as shit. Y'all saw me roll that joint, right? Y'all saw me, y'all saw the 6 papers on there, bitch, right? That must have been about, I'd say about 2 grams. It's about 2 grams, maybe 1.5 grams. Yeah, we'll say 1.5 grams to be safe. Damn.
After tea with the Pythons, I'm going to put their clout and my neck on the line. It's Saturday and Stilon Gourjov are playing at home.
Oh shit, it's Saturday.
The fighters will definitely be at the match, and this will be my only opportunity to meet them.
I find it a little bit, it's new to me because we don't deal with racism here in New Zealand. We never really have, you know what I mean? We don't have none of that issue simply because I don't even know why, we just don't. We have a lot of minorities here, bro. A lot of Pacific Island people, you know what I mean? A lot of immigrants from Africa, a lot of Asians, a lot of Europeans, you know what I mean? We always have. So, well, since the arrival of the British, my people have always been here. But since the arrival of the British and the settlers, you know, we've always been a country full of minorities, bro.
We're heading onto their turf, at their ground, to stand on their terracing.
You're gonna go stand in the terraces with them. You're gonna get in amongst it.
The Stilon fighters notice the camera.
Oh shit.
wyjebane, co mnie kamerujesz, kurwa? Ty gadasz, czy pytałeś się kogoś?
Why the fuck are you filming me? Did you ask him?
Kto wiedział, kurwa? Hej!
Guys aren't happy about us being here. Guys in masks with bandanas around their mouths. So they still be kicking off, people having a go at the pythons because we're here. So it may seem like a very nice summer's afternoon, but there's a very horrible undercurrent in this place.
These dudes don't want nah, bro. Oh shit!
At this minor league match, there are only 2,000 to 3,000 people.
Minor league.
The level of aggression surprises me.
Minor league, bro.
I'm next to Python 1 here, who's been down there to stop people trying to stop us from filming. He has some clout here, obviously.
That's crazy. At the minor league game. That's crazy.
The opposition fans arrive under a heavy police escort. With half-time approaching, it would appear they're less interested in watching the game and more interested in the fight to come. The Steel-on fighters now have a target for their aggression. The Pythons have persuaded one of the gang to talk to us on the condition we protect his identity.
Fair enough, bro. You know what I mean? Fair enough, bro. You should have been setting these avenues up long before you even got there, bro. You know what I mean? That goofy nigga that you said, that goofy nigga that took you, bro, that goofy nigga that took you to the hood earlier, what's his name? Shit, Tomic? Bro. You could have been talking to these niggas a long minute ago. And I don't give a fuck if they're what? Supremacist or Nazi supporters. I call them motherfucking niggas, you know what I mean? But yo, if he had hooked up with these motherfuckers, he could have done that earlier, bro. He could have hooked up with these motherfuckers earlier if he had tapped them with the right dude. But unfortunately, he tapped them with a goofy dude who lives in the area, probably lives in the area, but he ain't even about that life. So there's a difference, bro. Just because you're in the area doesn't mean you can bring the camera crew through, bro. You gotta be tapped in, you know what I'm saying?
A lot of you guys over there seem very passionate about it.
Yeah.
Why is that passion inside you?
These guys, this all are from poor families.
Poor backgrounds, yeah.
Yeah, and
you're from the estates,
they haven't any money.
Now I can relate to that. Now, no matter what race we are, we can all relate to that, right? Regardless of our beliefs, we all know that when you get the low income areas and you get, you know what I mean? Wherever you get low income areas, beneficiaries, stuff like that, you're going to get the hood. When you get the hood, you'll get the gangs or the groups or whatever it is, like these guys, you know what I'm saying?
They live on the street, and on the street, the most important is strong, yeah?
We spoke to some of the other guys who have got right-wing views. Are you of the same feelings?
Yeah, I think it's my country, yeah? And the most important in this country are Polish people, yeah? I'm not Nazi, but I'm patriot, yeah? I love my country and my city, yeah?
Yeah, of course. What about those lot over there? What do you think about them? The opposition?
If they want, we take his telephone numbers and we met in wood and we fight for 20 to 20 or 30 to 30 people.
Do you use weapons or is it fists?
No, any weapons.
No weapons?
No, only hands.
All right, so there's kind of
Facts.
laws and rules inside.
Respect. Bro, respect that. Now that's the one thing that any of these dudes have said for this whole thing that I respect, bro. It's throwing hands, right? I kickboxed for 6 years. Right? I wasn't no big pro fighter. I've already explained all of this in other videos, but I wasn't no big pro fighter or anything like that, okay? I ended up in a situation where I ended up with a plate in my head. And that kind of stopped a whole lot of things for me, you know what I mean? I played rugby league for 26 years as well, all of that. So I respect anyone that throws hands. My first choice is always to throw hands, bro. Right? Always remember that. If you get the chance, throw it down, bro. You know what I mean? Throw it down. But I also believe, and you know, I don't condone violence, you know what I mean? But I also believe that there are actions performed by people, bro, misconducts, call them misconducts, that require further punishment, bro. If the punishment fits the crime, then it's fine. That's what I think, bro. That's a little bit of a rhyme for this time. I'm playing, but you know what I'm saying? Yeah, they were on too. But for real, you know, let's just say someone did something to your family. I'm not just going to go beat them down, bro. I'm not just going to go throw hands, you know, all of that. I might go with that thing and put some holes in them, kind of thing. So, I mean, but respect that, bro. You know what I'm saying?
The strength of the police presence, even at small matches, may have reduced some of the violence on the terraces, but it's also served to push it underground.
Yeah.
Uncovers some fight footage which shows the hunger for violence.
Now look, how many dudes here do you see with any type of fighting form? Have a look. Zoom in if you like. Whatever. Yeah, I'm waiting. There's none.
Amongst the hooligans. Pre-range fights like these.
Still. Nothing. This dude here. I know what you're doing. This dude here, not sure why you'd want to be in that position. That's the worst possible position he could be in. This dude here's in the most worst possible position he could be in, bro. There's no other. But this guy here, he's not in a great position neither. Look how flat-footed he is. Look how square and flat his body is, bro. He's in a lateral position. He's in a so yeah. He's in a he's just too square with his feet. I'd shove him, he'd get shoved, and the back of my head would come up under that dude's chin, and I'd cock him with an uppercut, and he'd be done. I'd turn around, spear tackle this dude. I'd straight around there, spear tackle him, give him a couple forearms while he's on the ground, then I'd get up and help someone else.
Take place in secret locations.
Oh, get up, bro! Get up, dude!
Place in secret locations without the knowledge of the police.
Whew.
During these running battles, the reputation of a gang is made.
I like this though, bro. This is respect, bro. Respect to everyone involved in that. I know that a lot of people watching going, yeah, but that's hooligan shit. So what? They all went home at the end of the day. They might have had a few of them might have to go to the hospital for a little stop, you know, stop by at the hospital on the way home. But they all went home. Right? You go to some other countries, that don't happen, bro. People get shot. That would never happen in some other countries. Go to Chicago. Try to get that to happen in the hood. Wouldn't, bro. Guns come and get pulled out. Yo, respect, bro.
I've seen the level of violence that surrounds police.
I don't agree with
and how the right wing
any of this right wing shit, but I respect throwing hands.
Work for an organisation called Never Again. They expose officials who turned a blind eye to these extreme gangs. I ask him why they attract so many new recruits.
they are looking for belonging in a group, you know, to identity. Yeah, exactly. Sometimes, of course, it's economical problems. There's a huge unemployment, and they simply have a lot of time to do something in their life, and it might be a reason for them to do something, you know. Going on the stadium, looking for a fight.
All the hooligans that I've spoke to espouse right-wing views. Is there a connection between the football hooligans and the Nazis?
Some of the far-right organizations, they've got some, let's say, volunteers, people who are going on the terraces looking for new members. They know that the terraces, they got a very good ground there to spread their idea, their nationalistic and racist idea.
So do you think the government turns a blind eye to right-wing organizations here?
Unfortunately, like, for example, All Polish Youth, this is the organization that was recruited through the culture of skinheads. And in the moment, they are now in the government.
So hang on a minute. There are people who are in the government who used to be skinheads?
Yes. Like, for example, Vice Minister of Sport, Radosław is the guy who was a
Hey, yo, I didn't realize how big and powerful this right-wing thing is, bro. And you know what? I understand why there is a dude or some people in Parliament that support this thing, bro, right? This ideology or whatever you want to call it. I understand why, bro. Because they have so much support in the streets. Now, you wouldn't... There are a lot of politicians all around the world that are in their positions because they have the support of the neighborhoods. So if the neighborhoods are dominated by these groups of people, these are the people that are going to be voting for the politicians that have the same ideology, and it puts them in these positions. Do you know what I'm saying? So now that goes to tell me the scale of the issue. And I call it a problem, because it is. Right? Now, I understand how big it is now, because they have powerful people in Parliament supporting the same ideas and the same beliefs. Do you know what I mean? And the only reason why that is because of how many support they have in the streets. So it shows me how big it is, bro. It's crazy, bro.
And that's just accepted, is it?
Unfortunately, it's accepted.
Jacek's outspoken views has led him to being placed on a right-wing hit list called the Red List.
Damn.
Poland is a country going through
oh shit.
Since 2004,
well, not be around much longer, bro.
Poles have left to find work and a better
He on the hit list, bro.
We're looking at the people that have been left behind. It's not the first time that I've seen a connection between unemployment and gang membership. The Gorzów gangs were tough, but the hooligans that I'm going to try and contact next are simply in a different league. I'm going back to Krakow just in time for one of the most brutal clashes in Polish football.
Oh shit.
In a few days' time, Wisła Krakow
will
take on Cracovia, their most bitter rival.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Oh. These two teams are the most vicious and the most feared gangs in the country. The hooligans
Go get it, Ross. Go get it, Ross. Go get it, Ross.
So deep that people are killed. As I walk around, it's obvious that there's a street war being fought here, as the whole city is plastered with graffiti.
Bruh, you're really about that shit.
John Atkins is a football fan and a tour guide in Krakow.
Football,
He's going to help me to understand what's behind the hatred here.
John?
Yeah.
Ross, pleased to meet you, mate.
Nice to meet you. How are you?
I'm all right, man. Can you tell me a little bit about this town and the two teams that exist here?
Well, here in Krakow we have two teams.
One team is called
That's
Cracovia,
crazy.
and the other team is called Wisła.
And historically, the supporters in this town have always been each other's throats, is that correct?
Yeah, the supporters of the Krakow clubs have the reputation of having the most, let's say, intense and often violent rivalry in the entire country. This neighborhood we're in now is very much a Cracovia neighborhood.
Yeah, as you can see by the walls. So, John, Cracovia, that's pretty self-explanatory,
Right.
but something's been written after it, hasn't it, and
that's
crossed
right.
out.
Over here we can see where a Wisła supporter put kurwa after Cracovia, which means something like whore, so Cracovia whore.
But this town differs from other places we've seen in Poland.
You're really about their life.
Yeah, that's right. Elsewhere in Poland, there's an informal agreement among supporters not to use weapons when they fight. But here in Krakow, they do. Knives, baseball bats, sticks, pipes, anything that can be used for a fight.
And do they have the pre-arranged fights that we've seen in other places?
No, they don't.
Just
so here in
attack your
Krakow, there's
ass.
something called polowania, which means like hunting, something like that.
Yeah, urchin. Urchin. Sliding out. You know what I mean? Like, they have it in every country. They've got it in every country. Every single country in the world, the gangs do it, bro. Like, we go sliding out looking for our ops. You know what I mean? In Australia, they call it urchin. You go out urchin. Oh, it's fire.
And they just go around in packs, 5, 10, 12 people or more, and just look for supporters of the other team to fight with.
John and I now cross
Gangs,
into a
bro.
Wisła neighborhood.
And here we can see a rather large mural identifying this as very much a Wisła neighborhood. We can see the white star of Wisła in the middle, and it says, we'll show
Man,
you
my
the
new
feeling of
tattoo.
the vision that
My new tattoo is itching, but I'm trying not to scratch it. You know what I mean? My new tattoo is itching, but I'm trying not to scratch it. God damn it.
never known. Loyalty, it's vierność, loyalty or fidelity.
If anyone's got tattoos, you know the feeling.
Yesterday, brother.
What does that mean?
Well, you know, you can be in the Wisła family, the Wisła club, the fraternity, but if you cross them, if you leave it, you're no longer a brother, you're an enemy.
So it's a threat.
Something like that, yeah.
John, Cracovia and Wisła are playing each other in a couple of days. What's this town going to be like when that happens?
It's incredible. Police everywhere in full riot gear, shields and batons, helmets, horse-mounted police, water cannons. It really is like martial law has been declared. It's that threatening, and the atmosphere is really that heavy. It's amazing.
Shit!
The city will hold its breath as the fans of these two deadly rivals.
Holy shit!
I'm going to be there to witness the mayhem.
Go
It's my
get it,
third week
Ross.
in Poland, tracking down
Go
some
get
of
it,
the most
Ross.
dangerous football hooligans in Europe. Surprisingly, some of them live in the beautiful old city of Krakow. Throughout its history, Krakow has played host to many invading forces, and for many here, it's still reeling from the impact of a communist rule that left it isolated from the West for over 40 years.
Crazy. It's crazy.
Historically, Krakow has been the home of Poland's artistic
crazy,
and
bro.
intellectual elite, whose views contradicted Stalin's communist ethos. In one of the first examples of social engineering, the gigantic Lenin Steelworks was constructed on the edge of the city. It provided employment for over 35,000 workers who came from all over Poland. To house
Gotcha.
them and their families,
Gotcha.
a Soviet-style suburb called Nowa Huta was built. In 1989, the Polish people won their freedom, but their industry paid the price, losing its economic protection. Today, Nowa Huta suffers chronic unemployment and is now home to some of Europe's most violent football hooligans. The gang are reluctant to speak to us. The big Wisła Cracovia clash is tomorrow, and security is being stepped up all over the city. John has been trying to arrange a meeting. Eventually, we make some progress with the Wisła gang. They instruct us to drive to a quiet part of Nowa Huta and wait for their call.
Just about to arrive at the location where we've arranged to meet the hooligans. Got about 5 minutes before they're supposed to be here.
No jak? Dlaczego? Co się stało? Będziemy. All right. Na razie. Cześć.
What was that?
Not gonna be here at 3, gonna be here at 7.
Like herding cats.
Three hours later, they call, telling us to head to a different part of the city. We've spent weeks tracking down the Wisła hooligans. This gang is violent, unpredictable, and unfortunately, they're calling all the shots.
We've just seen 3 guys up the road in balaclavas. So, unless we're about to meet the provisional IRA, I think they're our boys.
Dobra, więc jeszcze czekamy, tak? Okej, dobra, czekam na telefon i pójdą tam jak... Okej, dobra, czekam. Yeah, but he says he's waiting on the rest of the guys to show up, and because they don't strike the numbers, and when they all show up, they'll call me. I'm supposed to be there alone. Then
I can't come with you.
that's what he says.
Right.
Crazy. Crazy.
Okay, he says that there are 8 guys there waiting to talk to me.
Can we go with them there? And we can take the camera with us, yeah?
Yeah, we can go.
Okay, now.
As we walk out to meet the gang, we see another 15 of them on top of a nearby building, watching our every move.
Do góry, żeby nie filmował.
Please don't film the top.
No.
These guys who are on the building, they're not
Don't film the top.
No, they'll just be on me, yeah. So I'm going to ask you some questions, if that's all right. First question is, could you identify yourselves? Not your names, obviously, but who you are and what team you support. Yeah. Yeah, and your hooligans, yeah. What kind of things do you get up to then when you go to a football match?
Nic, na mecz, jak oglądamy mecz, głupie pytanie takie.
Nothing. So you're hooligans, but you don't do anything. I don't understand.
Się nie spodziewacie, że będziemy mówić, że kogoś zależy na mecz, coś na mecz. Oglądamy mecz, jak każdy.
No, I'm not expecting you to. I just ask what you do.
It's not a good sign that my questions are irritating them. We're outnumbered, and I'm told they all carry weapons.
So, do you have? Is there another town in this town? Obviously.
Be careful,
you
bro.
have enemies in this town.
A największym wrogiem jest Krakowia.
Yeah. Why are they your enemy?
Dlaczego?
Bo tak jest po prostu.
Tak po prostu tak jest i tak będzie zawsze. To jest po prostu coś, co... Tak nas wychowali starsi. No właśnie. Z pokolenia na pokolenie. Tak ma być i podtrzymujemy tradycję i ta tradycja nigdy nie zginie. Od dziecka przychodzimy na stadion, walczymy z nimi i tyle. Oni walczą z nami, nienawidzą nas.
Tak już jest
tyle,
po prostu.
Mieście, jak może być nie
Jak
walczyć?
ktoś kogoś kopie, to kto się ma lubić, nie? To tak jak się zapytać Palestyńczyka z Izraelczykiem, dlaczego się nie lubią. Proste pytanie, nienawidzą się, i dalej, tak samo my się nienawidzimy.
If you were walking down the road on your own and you saw a Krakowian fan, would you want to attack him? Do you attack him? Okay.
Tłumaczę to, że tutaj chodzi o to, wojna tutaj trwa codziennie. Widzimy się, jest spięcie na
My żyjemy.
I nie ma.
The war continues here every day, bro.
Tak.
And that's the reason that we came here, because this town is famous in the whole of Poland because of this situation. But what I don't understand is why it exists. I don't understand why the hatred is. You can always say that's the way it was handed down, but why is there such hatred? Why is it so extreme here? Why is it more extreme here in this area than it is anywhere else in Poland?
Tutaj są najbardziej fanatyczni kibice.
No właśnie, tutaj wojownicy. Tutaj są 2 kluby, które zaoszczają środki.
Najstarsze kluby w Polsce.
Tak, na sprzęt.
Basically, this is the front line, bro. This is basically the front line, bro.
Życie.
Pretty much.
Życie jest piękne. Każdy wybiera drogę. My wybraliśmy taką.
But what can you say to that? What can you say to that? Hey, this is what we do, bro.
No, sorry about the stupid questions.
They start to argue amongst themselves, and the mood goes from bad to worse as they threaten to hurt the crew unless the camera is switched off.
Stop recording. Stop recording. Switch off the camera. Switch off the camera.
Yeah, you need to be here after that, wouldn't you? You'd be like, shit. Whoo, wiping his forehead off. Damn, bruh.
They've actually forgot what they're fighting.
Well deserved beer.
And this ongoing war, I suppose it gives them credibility and identity.
Identity, definitely, right?
And without it, well, they probably have nothing. And if that's what they're like on an average day, can you imagine what they're like when the two teams play against each other?
You enjoy that beer. Enjoy that beer, bruh.
Cracovia invite their bitter rivals Wisła into their stadium. With an hour to go before kick-off, Cracovia fans are gathering outside their ground. The opposition fans supporting
those were hoses
are
at the
due
start, bro.
any minute. The police are desperate to keep the fighting gangs apart. Amid massive security, the Wisła fans are busted.
They've just loaded the shotguns. Here we go, watch out, this bottle's coming. Watch out. Well,
I don't know why people duck like that when there's gunshots. Bro, you're not going to be able to duck the bullet. There's no point. Yo, I've been shot at, I've been stabbed 7 times. You know what I mean? I didn't spend 17 years in prison and just chill. But I've seen a lot of ducking diving, bro. I didn't see the point. You're gonna get shot. You can't duck a bullet, bro.
Certainly the ante's certainly gone up. Watch out. Stones, mate, watch. I'm just telling you, hang on, wait, watch for your head.
You're just standing around people wearing helmets, bro. You're not wearing them. Well, come on, bro. Sharpen up, bro.
The Cracovia fans try anything to get to their sworn enemy. They know this could be their only chance to make an attack.
Just pile out the buses.
Kicked up big time. Look.
Once inside the ground, they will be kept apart.
You see the bottles coming over the top there. The guys who are throwing the bottles, hurling the bottles at the Wisła fans, just to make an assault. But you know, it's let's see what happens now. Let's follow this lot. Oh.
Crazy, bro. God damn, bro. The game hasn't even started. No one's even won or lost yet, bro. No one's even lost and everyone's angry. Like, damn, it's crazy.
Watch out, I think we should get out right in the middle here, boys. Let's move. Can I just say something? That was really one of the... I keep doing very silly things, but that we just managed to walk ourselves into the crossfire between the two opposing teams. Really bright, Ross.
Yeah. Smart move, mate.
Having said that, and then there's a lady doing a rubbish. There's a lady to get out the rubbish, look. You've seen it all before.
The lady taking the trash out, bro. She's taking the trash out. Yo, yeah, man. Yo, can y'all niggas keep it down at the back here, bro? I'm trying to, you know, the match. I'm trying to watch the news. I'm trying to watch the news. There's shit going on at the front.
With the game underway, the fans mount an attack.
It's a series of flares going back and forth from the Krakowian fans over into the Wisła. Not for the first time in a Polish football match. The game's been stopped. That's the manager of the Krakowian team, and the manager has just been screaming at the fans, the Krakowian fans, to give him and his team a bit of a break.
Since we started, it's been announced
The managers of the teams, bro, are out here. Yo, we're trying to play, bro. Like, damn, bro. That's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
one of the countries that will host the European Championships in 2012 will be Poland. Supporters of Europe's top 16 footballing nations will come to Poland in great numbers, and policing them will be a challenge.
Police now have actually moved in to the hardcore supporters of Krakowian hardcore. They're actually moving them back in so they can't throw stuff at the Wisła.
Here in Poland, most of the real supporters come to show their devotion in an energetic but non-violent way. That said, the hooligan problem exists at every level in Polish football.
Crazy, bro.
Economic disadvantages or the political climate, but solutions need to be found. In 2012, Europe's top footballers will turn up to play the beautiful game. Advertising and sponsorship will earn Poland millions of euros.
I just hope that some of the revenue generated filters downwards to help alleviate some of the social problems that underpin the hooligan element here. The majority of fans are law-abiding and just want to watch a great game of football. Let's hope by 2012 it's their voice that's heard above the hooligan minority.
It's crazy. That was crazy. Damn, hooligans in Poland are about, I don't know how it is today. Let me know. Yo, let me know. Run the numbers up on this too, bro. Let me know if you liked it. Yo, that was dope. That was like nearly an hour. That was over an hour because the pauses and all of that. Damn, and I'm high as hell. That joint was dope. Hey, yo, thanks for tapping in, everyone, bro. Let me know what you think about that in the comment section. Let me know if you know any of the hooligans. If you are a hooligan, bro, tap in. Let me know, yo. Hey, yo, thanks for tapping in, bro. Stay safe, stay dangerous. I'm out. Peace.